this project is called Commonwealth. Nothing to do with England and the Commonwealth. This is like, it's actually two separate words, and it's very much about the common people's wealth. It's very much about truly what I think the Commonwealth should have been about, but obviously never could be, because obviously it's centralized to the City of London, or that's one big reason. And so, it's just the whole idea of us as the colonies, the experiment is actually going off track. So yeah, but now we've got this new Commonwealth. So so those who are new to this space, I have to give a little bit of extra explanation about how you can join these funds and how this works. So this looks like a regular website, and in all intents and purposes, it is a website, but it's actually more than a website. It's actually also called a DApp, or a decentralized application. So you can read it just like any other website, but what you do in this decentralized world is you can link that site to your Web3 wallet, because then when you do that, you use the wallet to privately fund these projects and to privately receive your rewards. So that is like a completely different way of operating, of transacting, and of dealing. And all of this happens without any bank's oversight or any permission. So that is just groundbreaking. And there's no KYC. Well, there's not any KYC at the moment. Some KYC might be a good idea if it's done properly with what they call DID. DID is decentralized ID. And that is a completely different situation, because your ID is not captured by a central authority. It's held within the blockchain, and it's where it's completely secure. And it means that we've got to differentiate between the bots, and in this digitized world, the bots are becoming troublesome. That's how we get scammed a lot of the time, and so we need to prove we're a human. But at this stage, there's no KYC involved, which is know your customer. Basically, that's what that stands for. So you see up here, if I go to, hang on, I just got to go. This is sort of the main page. And if I go to log in, you can log in just like a regular address, email address. You can do it that way, or you can log in via your wallet. And in this case, it's MetaMask. So I just literally just click on that. And because my wallet is open, because I've got it already, you just connect, and Bob's your uncle. And then once it's connected to your wallet, then not only is it logging in, but if I chose to, say, invest in this fund, or if I chose to, if I earn some rewards, which will happen, then the wallet is there to act as your bank. So instead of the bank, so this is brilliant, and we're going to be doing this a lot in the decentralized finance world. This is how we're going to operate. It's a complete paradigm shift to how we've operated in the past. So that's probably the hard part for a lot of people, because they need to actually start taking action. And but once you get around a few of the basic technical issues and the technical know-hows, it is way more interesting and way more exciting, because you're dealing with something that's where you've got the power in your own hands, where you're investing your own money and you can receive your own money without anyone getting in between you and clipping the ticket, no middlemen. And yeah, it's all private, it's peer-to-peer. It has incredible sharing opportunities. It has incredible wealth, community building abilities, as well as wealth building as well, of course. So this Commonwealth it's the world, they call it the world's first free venture capitalist fund. VC stands for venture capitalist. And normally we only associate the VCs in Silicon Valley, Wall Street. You know, you have these big VC funds, and that's what they do. They go around looking for great opportunities, they invest in them, and they bootstrap them, and then they bring them to market. And then, you know, there's a lot of these venture capitalist firms are extremely rich. But normally they go to their own accredited investors, they go to the system, you know, they're going into the system and appealing to those people that, you know, in the 1% sort of people. And we don't even get an opportunity. This is held within their own sort of circular economy that's happening up way above our heads. Now this is with the blockchain, this has enabled it to happen for us people. The blockchain has changed the game. Just in that one thing alone is a massive change. And there's many, many other areas where it's disruptive to the existing system, but this is one biggie. So we are exiting the matrix, if you like, with this, and we're entering into a new kind of matrix, but a matrix is built on unity and community, not a matrix that's enslaving and draining us of funds. Because a matrix really just means an interconnected lattice or interconnected network. And it can be biological, it can be natural, and it can be human-based rather than artificial. Although having said that, it's going to use artificial intelligence, it's going to use some of the other technologies, but again, they're programmed to, they're only as good as how they're programmed. And the artificial intelligence in much of DeFi is programmed to assist us to do menial stuff, to save time, to automate. Everything gets automated. And it's benign kind of artificial intelligence that sits just in the computer and it does its thing. It's not in any way connected to us physically, biologically, or anything like that. It's just like automated software. So yeah, so that's kind of a bit of a backstory to all of that. So then what I've been doing is, this is also because it hasn't launched yet. It's actually this is actually an airdrop opportunity. Unfortunately, it's only got 1 hour and 46 minutes to go, and then it's over. However, there's going to be a lot of opportunities coming. This is just the beginning, and it took me hours and hours to do. They set you missions, they set you tasks. You know, you've got to go in and you got to read up some of their stuff, and you got to tweet this and tweet that, and go into Discord, or you got to read. You know, you got to do a bit of homework. But the upshot is that you can earn free tokens. Airdrop is just free crypto, and I know that this fund, this project is going to, well, I don't know, but I'm pretty confident it's going to take off with a hiss and a roar, because it's getting promoted all over the place. And if you look at some of these are the project names here: Analog, Asymmetry Finance, Block Lords. Some of these projects are really, really top notch. They're all doing different things. And these are the projects that you can invest in. These are also the projects that are kind of, I guess they've bootstrapped or funded the project to get it off the ground, but now they're also open to accept our funds once it's open for business. So yeah, so basically, and this is the free fund, this is the airdrop. They're issuing $2.4 million of tokens to people who they get who do quite a few of the missions. You get on the leaderboard, and they're distributing people money that then they can use to invest. But they're also, on top of that, even if you only answered a few questions, they're issuing an airdrop as well of their tokens. So they basically have a token which you can buy, and they have a pool of money here that they will give out to those who completed the most missions, and then those people can use that to invest in the fund that the project that they like. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a smorgasbord for decentralized finance type projects, all in one place, all done on the blockchain, all completely secure and private and open to all, no permission. It's open to all. And then you can earn while you learn, and you can earn passively. And on these blue chip projects that are, I mean, there's as you can see how many of them are, and literally there's so many projects that I've seen coming out now, and this project seems to have captured some really, really good ones. So this gives you, when it's live, these are the projects. You can click on it, and you can find out what it's about in a brief thing now, but they've got none of the market cap and trading volume yet because they haven't yet launched. So now's still a good time to join up, get on the newsletter. You go to app.joincommonwealth.xyz. So app.joincommonwealth.xyz. Take a note of that web address. And yeah, and so there's a ton of information in here that you can go through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through what's called the light paper. The light paper is like a business plan for blockchain and crypto projects. And then you start to get a more of a sense of what it's about, the details, and all of that. See, I'll just go, before I do that, I'll just quickly run through the rest of the site. This is, you're going to be your portfolio. You can, you're going to earn in these, you got these dollar WLTH tokens. These are the tokens, one of the tokens that you can purchase. And they've also got another token called the XP token. That's what we earn in the rewards. So I earned 1,499 XPs for doing all my missions. It took me about 7 hours. It was quite a mission, but I wanted to do it because I wanted to learn, and I wanted to find out about the projects. And I took a bit of time to just delve into it so that I could better present this to you. So I am really learning a lot, and it gives me the ability to earn as well while I'm doing it. And you can do exactly the same thing. The thing is, it does require a fair bit of time, especially at beginning, to learn some of this stuff. but you can break it down into chunks. You just gotta, there's bound to be things that you could swap that for other more productive things like this. And just learning crypto is best done in small bite-sized chunks. It's not good to try and jump in the deep end. You need to start at the beginning and work your way through. But, that's why we're here. We're here to help you, guide you. And this is getting into more advanced stuff, what I'm throwing out here. So for some people are confident to jump into it, but you also need to start with getting your wallet, getting used to the wallet, understanding the language, understanding how to send a token safely and store it safely, and buy from the right platform, which is probably one of the hardest things. Getting the money out of the banks like blood out of a stone right now. But we have got other ways of getting around that. So so that's sort of that. Then they've got all this community, this is like a community forum, and people are asking questions and asking stuff. This is going to become very, very active when everyone's coming in and investing. It's going to get really full on. So there's more information there about how it all works. We can't click on governance yet because it's not live. And then this is the treasury, and this is going to come live very soon as well. So that's basically just giving you a bit of an overview there. Then if I go over here to About Commonwealth, I'll just give you some of the information here. So what is Commonwealth? Commonwealth is an all-in-one investment platform that radically transforms the playing field. They don't call it Wall Street, they call it All Street. You're coming onto All Street, not Wall Street. I thought that was very clever. 99.99% of the planet retail investors do not have access to seed and private sale deals. Commonwealth is opening up early stage investment for all, providing an all access pass for the retail investor to join the ranks of Wall Street investors, which they now call All Street. Our goal to be the on-ramp to Web3 investment for the masses, whether crypto native or crypto curious. And they are partnering with some of the big boys in the world, but bear in mind that these guys are following what the people are doing. They're jumping in because they see this is where the money's going. These big guys do not initiate this, but they are pumping money into it, which is only pumping us up more and more. So please don't get put off by when you see some of these names that we love to hate, or we know it is not like that. They are not initiating it. They are simply in it because they know it's going that way. So in many ways, they lost the fight. So now if you can't beat them, you join them. And so the tables have been reversed. And believe me, that's going to pump our bags up as well. That's going to be great for us. So we are now going to be the 99% are going to be the new wealth class. And these are some of these are the founders. The guy who I found this out from was Kyle Chassé over here on the right. He's got a very good YouTube channel, which I recommend that you listen to him. He gives out a lot of amazing information freely. He's giving it out. He's giving you amazing hints and intros to projects that are very ground level. He's an amazing investor. He's very generous with his time, and he's also on the board of this. So that's how I found out about this. Commonwealth is a community-owned, and it's very important. It's community-owned and operated investment platform and protocol. The founding team and advisors are a diverse group of like-minded individuals with deep backgrounds in technology, video games, venture capital, startups, merger and acquisitions, social media, and blockchain, to name a few. So this is the best of people in their field who are now jumping into this space. I find it more pleasing, more integrity, more suiting their values. And so there's a whole reorganization going on in how people are working and where they want to work and what they want to work on. I'm seeing that more and more of the rich billionaire class are really interested in this space, which I think is only good. It is only a good thing. Our council will be composed of some of the biggest names in Web3. You, the Commonwealth community, are investors and members, ranging from OGs. OG in crypto stands for original gangster. In other words, a very early person who got into this early, all the way to those new to blockchain and investing. So it's very much more simplified than some of the tech we saw in the past. It's been brought for the crypto newbies as well. Absolutely. Together, we are the core of what we hope will become a community dedicated to onboarding the next billion users to a bankless future where everyone has financial superpowers and the infrastructure to support it, where everyone can participate in decentralized investment and venture building. That is a massive statement. And the beauty of this as well is there's no MLM involved in this. We don't have to go through that, because I know that puts a lot of people off. It's putting me off as well, because so many of them are so shaky and don't survive, as we know. So I'm putting all that behind me, and I urge you to, put any losses that we may have incurred, put it behind us and move forward. Because if we get stuck on that and think that crypto's all a scam and all of that, then we're actually shooting ourselves in the foot. So I really suggest just know that the space is evolving. We are evolving as people, and we're finding projects like this now that really are delivering on what we need. So as a community-focused investment protocol, Commonwealth is by you and for you, the community, our investors, and all active wealth token holders. What can I do with Commonwealth? Commonwealth is aimed at two types of investor. The more casual investor, those new to blockchain and or investment who may not want to invest as much time into portfolio management, analysis, participating in voting, etc. And you may prefer to invest small amounts via credit or debit cards. Then you've got the more experienced investor who's more likely to invest in USDC, which is a digital dollar. It's a stable coin, digital currency based on the US dollar, or other currencies, other cryptocurrencies, who wish to stake wealth for reduced fees, want to deep dive into every fund and project and do their own research, earn rewards for participation and performance in community, and want to have their say in the platform's direction. So you can choose how involved you want to get. It's awesome. And invest, reduce fees, earn rewards, have your say. Brilliant. Commonwealth will offer a diverse selection of funds dedicated to particular investment strategies or verticals, such as metaverse or infrastructure, for example. Each fund will contain a mix of innovative projects from across the spectrum of blockchain technology. So it's full diverse range. So you can find projects that suit your personality, they suit what you personally relate to, You don't have to invest in just one fund. You can invest in a whole selection, and you can choose. So power of choice. Yeah. And these have been successfully voted on for investment by the investors. In addition, there will be an evergreen fund, a fund comprised of funds offering exposure to all of the themed funds, and a community fund funded via platform transaction fees and voted on by the community. So they're even sharing the fees and circulating their money around. That's what really makes an economy, is circulated wealth. That's why the cash economy is quite strong, because the money got circulated very well. It's just, unfortunately, we know now that cash is getting eroded away. And so the benefits of cash can be translated into crypto and digital money when it's done decentralized. And the cash economy is actually an example of a decentralized economy. So it's just that it's moving digital. That's the only difference. So people think that digital means digital black hole and it's all governed by, central people. It's actually the opposite when you go in this area. So we've got to dispel those beliefs, which I'm sure, because you're here, you obviously kind of have, but we've got to try and translate this to some of our friends and family too, who still think that this is like a going nowhere, or it's some kind of scam or whatever. With these kind of projects, this is a real proof that it's coming of age. So it's super exciting. So is my money safe on Commonwealth? Safe as houses. Commonwealth is non-custodial. That means no third party is holding your funds. That's a key thing about that. All investments and funds are locked in and deployed from smart contracts. Smart contract is it's AI powered, but it's automated contracts. They're automated to deliver you your rewards, and that's all. So in this sense, they kind of are smart. They're nothing to do with smart cities and smart all of that other stuff. Again, the words may trigger you, but please move forward from that and just see it for what it is. At no point do we hold any of your funds. We are committed to radical transparency, and at all times, the Treasury and all transaction activity are available. In addition, all of our source code will be available via GitHub, as well as our independent smart contract security audits and penetration tests. So they can do audits on the blockchain to make sure no one has put a malicious code in there or backdoor so that they can siphon the tokens out. They call it a rug pull, and that's what they do. They pull the rug out from under you, so that when the developers are creating it, sometimes they do that. So this is where we've got to be, careful when we're analyzing projects, that they're properly audited. When will the platform be available? Well, for more details, see the roadmap section in our light paper, which we will now go to. So this is quite a big paper. There's quite a lot of information in this. So I'm going to skip through it reasonably quickly. I'll just try to focus on the key points. See, as I see here, you're on All Street now. The W has been replaced with a smiley face. It's cool. So as I say, what if retail investors were invited to the same private early stage sale crypto deals as traditional venture capitalists? And some of the backers of this fund, and also there's others, are themselves venture capitalists. So it's kind of interesting that the big venture capitalists are actually funding these more grassroots versions for us. So that shows how there is actually hope for us yet. So there's a bit of an introduction. We won't go through that. The manifesto. I think this is quite important to read. So we believe in a world where everyone has access to the same investment opportunities. By using technology that is more equitable by design, we propose a radical overhaul of the old ways of doing things. We propel society forward when we embrace innovation, when we question the status quo, and when we have the courage to act. Nothing changes if nothing changes, and nothing changes if we don't change, and nothing changes if we don't act. Basically, I'm adding those other two on it because they are important. Commonwealth is an early stage investment platform for everyone, providing an all-access pass for retail investors to take control of their financial future. We are disrupting, scaling, and optimizing the traditional venture capital investment model using Web3 principles and technology. By opening up access to the 99%, we will incentivize crowdsourced wisdom and scale better standards of investment and education. We will prioritize high-level due diligence to verify trust, reliability, and security of projects. In order to create a more democratic financial system, we must take a first principles approach and create solutions from the ground up. It won't be easy. There are many unknowns, but one thing is clear: we must. We set about designing a revolutionary economy made possible by combining high-level economic principles with the power of Web3 technology. Web3 is just it's another name for decentralized technology. We have landed on a truly circular protocol where all value accrues to protocol and is redistributed to the community. So when they say circular protocol, it's like creating a circular economy using their protocol, which is their code. So that's just to decode that bit for you. It's time to remove the limits of an antiquated centralized VC model. Couldn't say it better myself. It's actually time to remove the limits of an antiquated centralized system, period. But they are looking at the VC model, which is a big part of finance. On All Street, every limited partner is a general partner and will share in the wealth proportionately. Whether you are new to investing or a well-seasoned member of the crypto community, Commonwealth is for everyone. Whether you just want access to early stage deal flow or you become a participating member of the Commonwealth DAO, DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. In other words, it's like a business that is completely run, automated, and decentralized, all done on the blockchain with no human intervention, maybe just a little bit of human supervision, but almost completely without human manual labor. Your contribution will never go unrecognized. We believe collectively we are more than the sum of our parts. And I believe that is absolutely true as well. We are much greater. The sum of our parts is the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So that's when we all come together as a part, we create a greater whole, basically. So what have we got here? This is a little short video, so I'll play this, listen to this. So that's pretty cool, some cool graphics. Just gives you another angle on where they're coming from. Now, we're looking at the investment. So A16Z, Sequoia Capital, and Fenbushi Capital share one thing in common that most of us do not. They had the opportunity to invest in Coinbase, Binance, Ethereum in the early stages. They are now all absolutely huge. Binance is making it's literally making $1 billion a week. Ethereum is now worth gazillions. It's like a license to print money. Coinbase is going to be huge. And this is just the very beginning, and already they're making billions and billions of dollars. And Commonwealth is designed to give everyone a chance to participate in the next generation of Web3 startup successes. I think that's really, really powerful and exciting, because honestly, this is only barely started yet. Even though they're already making a lot of money, where only 7% of the population are in crypto. And I would say that probably 80% of those people are completely dormant or passive. They have their crypto in their wallet, but they're not participating in this stuff yet. So this is going to be launched upon the world very, very soon. And when it does, and we're already in there, we're already in the driver's seat. We literally will be in our own kind of, pretty much we're getting in our own rocket ship, really. It's more than just a vehicle. So, who is Commonwealth for? We kind of went through that, but they're explaining it from a different angle here. Commonwealth is for two kinds of investors. The casual investor using credit or debit card only. They only stake their wealth token to reduce the carry fee. That's the fee, that's the transaction fee, and it's casual participation. If you're time poor and you've got a busy job or busy life, which most of us do, then this is for you. But if you've got more time and you've got more quest to learn more about this space, which I say, if you've got the time and you've got the passion, absolutely, it's a great idea. You can become a Commonwealth community member. You can invest using crypto. You can stake to govern, so you can have your say. You can vote. You can be active in the community forums, participate in reward programs. You get dedicated, involved, and engaged. How does it work? Council sources and proposed projects to invest. Vetted early stage deal flow from top industry figures. Users invest with credit card, debit card, or crypto from $5 to 50 million. Community investors vote on which projects to get invested in. Their respective voting power is proportionate to their investment in the fund. Exposure to diverse funds, themed funds, evergreen, community fund, scalable due diligence, council AMAs, ask me anythings, proposal workshops, analysis and reports via a state-of-the-art mobile-first tech stack. So they're sort of giving a bit of a graphic here of how the governance and how it works. Fund types. A Commonwealth will offer investor exposure to a diverse range of funds. Theme funds, evergreen. Evergreen is a fund of funds. So you're investing in a fund which is itself a funding of diverse range of projects. So that's what we're actually in with Six Society. They're doing the same, but that is much more high level. So this one, much more ground level. With more fund types and mechanics under consideration. So they got themed funds, the themed, the capped, e.g. metaverse, infrastructure, or distressed asset funds. You got community funds funded by platform transaction fees, with all fund profits distributed back to the wealth token holders, transaction fees and NFT sales. Evergreen fund, a fund of funds, allows casual investors to gain exposure to a diverse range of assets, investor funded. Investment liquidity, fractional fund NFTs. So you can get fractional ownership. That's one of the beauties of crypto. And NFT, non-fungible token, is it means it's only one of, it's unique to you. You buy an NFT. Cash is fungible, it means it's common. $1 can be duplicated. $1 means the same as $1. Anyone's $1 is all exactly the same value, and it can be multiplied many times. Whereas non-fungible tokens, you are the proof of ownership that you hold the share of that asset, and you can buy fractions of. And they're going to have NFTs for everything. NFTs for real estate, NFTs for shares, NFTs in this case as your investment in this DeFi space, NFTs for anything you can think of, any asset. They're making NFTs for cars. They're making NFTs for property. I've seen NFTs are coming up for practically everything you can think of. Artwork even, music, books, just everything. So historically, it's been a challenge for the average investor to maintain liquidity meaning your ready cash, while their funds are deployed and awaiting a return. So a lot of people are like, they could be termed asset rich, cash flow poor. That's what they're referring to when you've got, liquidity is cash flow, basically. In this case, it's like crypto flow. So upon investing into a Commonwealth fund, you will receive a fund NFT representing your stake in the fund. This fund NFT can be sold in whole or in part at any time on Commonwealth and on secondary marketplaces, ensuring liquidity at all times. So you've got an easy way to dispose of it if you want to sell it. And, it'll probably be an asset that will be appreciating over time, I would say, very much so. An investor can choose, obviously that's not financial advice, but, it goes without saying, but I've got to say it, as this does go out to other people that aren't in the inside circle. You know me, but not everyone knows me, so I've got to say that. An investor can choose to list their fund NFT for sale on the platform or on an external NFT marketplace. And these NFT marketplaces are springing up all over the place now. They're going to have ones specially for investors. They're going to have ones for property. They're going to have ones for artwork, everything. These are the new marketplaces. They're going to be online. We'll still have offline stuff, but the blockchain is going to enable us to link the real world assets to the blockchain. And that's important for proof of ownership, privacy, and many other things, privacy in every way, transparency. So we're not moving, the best of DeFi is not really moving away from the natural life. It's just integrating the best of the natural life with the best of the digital life and having a balance. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. They think that we're going to get consumed in this digital world, and some people will, but that's their choice. If we have a balanced view of life, then we can treat it with the balance that is needed. Because I think ultimately it's going to save us a lot of time. It's going to mean the ability to work a lot less, work less hard, do things where we can earn passive incomes, and going out and enjoy life and do the things we're really here to do. So you can look at it that way, or you can look at it as the dystopian way, and that's people's choice based on their own experiences and beliefs. Belief systems are creating your reality. So so now I'm just offering other alternative opportunities where people can actually participate in this without losing yourself in the digital world. That's what it's all about. So there they talk about their fees here. Instead of the traditional and lucrative venture capital fee structure or a 2% management fee per year and a 20% fee on the investment profits, are pretty steep, Commonwealth offers a fairer model. Management fee, 2% management fee per year, capped at 5 years, collected at the time of investment. Carry fee, a baseline carry fee of 50% that can be reduced to 10% via staking wealth for discount. So if you stake your token, then you're going to get a much cheaper fees there. I'm still not quite sure what it means by a baseline carry fee totally, but I'll need to delve into that a bit more. Staking, and so yeah, you can stake your tokens, and staking just means it's like locking up your tokens with the pool, and we effectively stake our cash when we put our money in a term deposit in a bank. So in this case, we are basically doing a digital form of term deposit. It's called staking, and we're staking with the projects that we are aligned with. And then you can unstake and get your money whenever you want. But while you've got them staked, you're earning a fairly attractive passive income. And this is going to become huge as DeFi really starts to grow. So Commonwealth recognizes that investors want different things. Some investors may prefer a more casual experience, while others want to dive deep into every project and want a voice in running the community. Investors who hold wealth tokens may choose to lock up those tokens for a period of time, and in return will receive a discount on any carry fees due to their investment or profits. And if you go on the site, you can sort of analyze this diagram in more. It's a bit hard to read, but yeah, you can do your own searching online at home. Our objective in designing this mechanism is to offer equal opportunities to any user, regardless whether they invest $100 or $100,000, to obtain a discount on their stake that is proportional to the size of their investment. And fund governance. Each fund invests in different projects with active management from a council responsible for community-led decision-making. So I won't go into that anymore. I'll just as I'm mindful of time, we're going to have to just skip through a bit. But I think you probably get the gist. You probably get to this point, you're going to get on information overload anyway. and it takes a bit to time to absorb the information. And I highly recommend you go through the website and check it out and get yourself familiar with the terms. And this is something I'm going to revisit probably again and again over time, because I'm certainly keen to put some money in once I get some money. And really the best way to learn is by dipping your toes in and participating. And as I say, you can literally put $5 in. You can put 5, you can put 50, and then set about figuring out how it works with a small amount of money. So you're not risking the farm, and at the same time you're learning. You'll learn much quicker by participating in this. And look, you might make the odd mistake, but most mistakes are recoverable generally, although you do have to be super careful in this space. But the idea is to just take your time. So they go into, they're obviously very focused on community, which I think is particularly attractive to, I'd say, to a lot of us. We've got community values, especially with what we're going through in the world. This is what blockchain can offer. And again, I think a lot of people miss that. They think community all has to be done in physical person. But what is a community if you don't have any privacy or freedom of speech or any proof of ownership of your actual assets? You won't have a community that way. And especially a centralized community, a centralized system where a community is attached to. That's what we've got. And so we can't operate with autonomy. And so this is what blockchain can help give us, as well as education and investing and, lots of opportunities here. Circular economy. I love the concept of a circular economy. And a circular economy is what profits everyone. You've probably seen it. You go to the hairdresser and you give them the $50 note, and the hairdresser goes to the supermarket and buys their groceries, and then that grocer then goes and buys his supplies, which then sends the money to somewhere else, and eventually it ends up coming back to the hairdresser. And that's what profits. The more that money goes into circulation, the more hands that it goes through, the more it touches different people, the more you're going to have a wealthy community and an abundant community. And so money in that sense is it's like a transaction, but it's also it's a form of communication. And it's a passing down of value, an exchange of energy constantly going. And this is what a peer-to-peer decentralized economy is. It absolutely is a circular economy, and it's a new economic evolution of the world, as I've coined that term before from an early project. And this is what we're going through. And places like this, Commonwealth, are creating these circular economies. Also could be termed a parallel economy, or parallel reality will come out of a parallel economy. And this is what really excites me, because this is how it's going to impact the world on a much bigger level. And people haven't seen it yet because they're so fearful, worried about, the digital ID or the CBDC, and they're missing the woods for the trees. And so, I'm super grateful and super glad that you've taken the time to jump in and listen to this, because this is so groundbreaking. It's beyond imagination almost as to how big this is going to be. So yeah, I won't read that, but just you get the gist of where it's coming from. Self-sustaining economy, real self-sustainability, not the sustainability that's put out there in the woke sort of crap. This is a real sustainability comes from circular economies and people-based economies and interacting with nature and interacting with each other with abundance, with an abundance mindset. So yeah, so this is what I've always been looking for. The whole crypto thing is really starting to gain steam now. It's really starting to accelerate, and you're going to see a lot of changes happening in this front from here on in. I don't know whether you noticed, but the market is just absolutely starting to ignite. It's basically doubled in about 4 months. The whole entire market capitalization of crypto has doubled in a few months. It's now at around 2.75 trillion. It was only about 1 trillion about 6 months ago. And so, you know, this train has left the station. But there's still a few more station stops to go before it actually really blasts off. So we're not too late. We're actually very early. Anyone who gets in before the main regulations, you're early. You're an early adopter. When you after regulations, then you're a late adopter. And then you got the laggards, those that come in at the very end who deny. They unfortunately are really missing out, but that's their journey. So yeah, so I won't go on anymore. That's kind of probably enough. Yeah, so if anyone wants to make a comment, we've got time for maybe it's 5 o'clock, so I've gone an hour, but if you want, we can allow just a few minutes for some quick comments. Or any viewpoints on that, or any yeah, whatever.
G'day, Tony. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Always good.
That's the spirit.
Being here.
Hey, I've been working through this over the course of a week, but some of the ones I just cannot find with these missions.
Yeah, some of them are a
Did
bit
you
tricky. Yeah,
did you have that? Did you have to complete every single mission to get the points you had earned, or could you skip some?
you can skip the ones. The main ones to do are the ones with the stars. That gets you on the leaderboard. So
Okay.
focus on the starred ones, and
Yes.
then there's a bug in a couple. The one called Fire, I think it was Fireside or Fire something. That one is not doable at all because it's got a bug in it. And some of them are a little bit tricky. Which ones? Which ones?
Oh, I got stuck on that chirp one, the something to something network, and I honestly I've scoured it, and I cannot find it.
Um, are they?
Not that it was a starred one; it didn't. It won't matter. But
I can give you the answer to that. It was it the one where you had to go onto the guy's LinkedIn?
nah, it was just a simple a phrase. You know, you had to fill in the gap, the two gaps, and
Yeah,
I couldn't for
I
the
remember
life
I
of me
had to
find it.
hunt, but I remember I can't remember off the top of my head, but um if we've got time after this, I could probably find it for you. But we'd have to be quick.
Nah, it's all good. I'm just going to go through now and make sure that I've done
Yeah, do the ones
all the
with
starred ones.
yeah,
Yeah, and then that'll be it. I'd say
yeah,
I'll just do that.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Thanks
no,
for
that's cool, Tony. Thank you. We've got an hour to go.
yeah. Yeah,
All right.
it's great that you started doing the missions. Good on you. So it does take a lot of time. Took me
Yeah.
freaking 7 or 8 hours all up.
Yeah.
and setting up the computer and figuring out Discord, and I mean some of the things weren't straightforward with these social media. Then
Yeah, it's a big gig,
yeah.
but
Anyways,
that's okay.
we will delve into this more once it launches, or we'll have another look at it. Yes, Josephine, yeah, no worries. Look, I've got to go as well, but we will revisit this again. This is like really cool project that we will follow as part of our curriculum, if you like. Yeah. Thanks, Carolyn. Yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
Cheers, everyone, and we'll catch up
Tony.
soon.
So yeah.
See ya.